Hi, Gander. Welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your November 2023 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who like, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, the cult cross spread as always, and I also pulled the Four Agreements, Wisdom, the Oracle, and Mudra card for you guys. But we're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus should be as far as that goes. Alright, so we have the South Node. And the South Node is actually in Libra, which is your fourth house of home, family, roots. Speaking of four, we also have four come up in your dice. So again, like I said, that's Libra energy for you guys. So it could just be a focus on that area of life for you this month. And we have Aries. So Aries is your 10th house of career and social status. So as far as things going on in your fourth house, like I mentioned, obviously the South Node will be there, and also Venus will be there for a decent amount of the month as well. So that should help with energies there. And then as far as the Aries energy, we have the North Node there in Chiron. All right, so we'll move on to your main spread. In the main situation position, we have the Six of Pentacles, Taurus energy. And challenging that, we have the Ace of Wands. So what this looks like it's saying here is that there's probably a connection that you want to bring back into balance. For a lot of you, it looks more like a friendship than a romantic or family connection, but it could be any of those. But it looks like there's the desire to restore balance in that connection. But I feel like what's happening is you have the idea to do it, but actually taking the action toward it is the issue, right? So you might say to yourself, all right, yeah, I definitely need to reconnect with so-and-so, right? You work it all out in your mind, but then actually executing it seems to be where there's a bit of a struggle, at least for now. In the foundation position, we have the Magician. So yeah, I feel like this is saying, especially if we even look at it, almost looks like he's pointing up to the card right there. I feel like this is saying that you definitely have the power to restore the balance in this connection. So if you're just feeling like maybe if you're hesitant around that, right, like, oh, I don't know if they'd want to hear from me or something along the lines there, I feel like this is saying that you have all the tools you need to get the connection back on track. All right, past energy, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So this could just be saying for some of you, maybe this is saying, for example, like I mentioned, if it was friendship or family connection, this could be saying maybe you put too much of your energy toward a romantic connection, right? So maybe those other connections in your life might have fallen apart a little bit, right? Because of that. For some of you, this could just be saying you put so much energy toward your career, let's say, that you might have lost touch with friends, family over the time. But that's what I see there. It looks like it just be saying you might have been holding on to another area of your life and with your back turned to some of the other areas of your life. Present energy, we have the Lovers. So this is Gemini energy here, and it could just be saying that for some of you, you might be feeling that nudge from behind the scenes, right? Like all of a sudden, maybe you didn't think about it much for a while, but now all of a sudden it just seems to be this insistent thing in the back of your mind, like, oh, you should totally go try to reach out to so-and-so, right? And you could just be maybe even questioning why those thoughts seem to be coming up so much for you lately. But I feel like this is saying that spiritually you're being guided toward that at this time. All right, and in your future position, we have the Empress. So I feel like this is saying, at least for the time being, it looks like you're not quite ready to actually take that action yet, though. So even though, like I said, it looks like all the indicators are pointing to you being the one who has the power to make it happen at this time, it looks like right now you're still in a more receptive mode and open to reconnecting, but preferring that they reach out to you, at least for the time being. All right, and in the present position, we have the Three of Wands. So Aries energy here. So yeah, for some of you, this could just be saying that this is an energy we often refer to it as the waiting for your ships to come energy, right? Just related to the artwork. So it could just be saying that For some of you, let's say, for example, you're looking at it from a perspective like, oh, I was the one who reached out the last couple of times, so they should be the ones to reach out to me this time, right? One of those things, something like that, where you're feeling like, okay, well, I've already been putting in more than my fair share toward the connection. I would like to see them be the one to come forward at this time. In the environment position, we have the 10 of Pentacles. So I feel like this is saying that this could actually lead to stability. Now, for some of you, given the artwork here too, could be saying that for some of you, very well might be family connections, right, that you're trying to work on. But regardless of the type of connection, I feel like this is saying that in the environment, you're being supported for this situation to be stabilized, and the other parties involved would also want to see that as well. All right, in the hopes or fears position, we have the 5 of Wands. So, more than likely, this is a fear of yours where you feel like, okay, but what if I reach out and we get into an argument, right? So, seeing that makes me think that for a lot of you, maybe it wasn't left off on the best of terms, right? It might not have felt like just a natural parting of ways where, oh, I moved to another town or something like that and we lost contact. It feels like there might have been something more at play that led to the separation in the past. So I feel like you just have a fear of that energy replaying itself, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. All right, and in the outcome position, we have the 3 of Cups. So this is actually a Cancerian energy right here. So it could just be pointing to you guys being in a more light celebratory mood, right? It might even be saying that, there is going to be a full moon in Cancer in December. So for some of you, that could be pointing to a timeline. But if not that, it could even just be maybe pointing to a way to foster the reconnection, right? So let's say if you have mutual friends, right, then maybe that's saying that you could bring in someone like that. Or again, like I said, if it's family, right, and you have someone in the family that gets along well with both of you, maybe they could help bridge the gap between the two of you in that regard, right? So something along those lines there. But either way, it looks like things will wrap up in a positive manner. Like I said, given that this is Cancer energy and we have that Cancer full moon in December, might take a little longer than this month for you guys to get there, but maybe as holidays start to approach, you guys will be able to get things back on track. All right, and bottom of the deck, we have the Hermit. So yeah, this is Virgo energy here, which represents your third house communication. I say this even looks like the same person that we see in the 10 of Pentacles energy, which is also Virgo energy. And for you guys, Virgo is your house of communication too. So it could just be saying that you've really been trying to find just the right words, right? So clearly this shows me that you do care about the person, but just that things might not have left off on the best of terms in the past. For your 4 agreements card, we have be impeccable with your word, and it says seek to know the truth. Right? It says when you hear an opinion and believe it, you make an agreement and it becomes part of your belief system. The only thing that can break this agreement is to make a new one based on truth. Only the truth has the power to set you free. So yeah, when I read that, I think of what we were saying here with the 3 of Wands, right? Where, like I said, maybe you feel like, oh, well, I reached out the past few times, so they should be the ones to reach out first this time, right? But it's like, but if you know deep down that that doesn't feel like the right way to approach the connection, right? It could just be saying you might be challenged to face that and realize, like, okay, is that really truly how I feel, or is that just something where, I'm holding on to a bit of a negative energy around the situation? All right, we have Deep Knowing from the Wisdom Oracle deck. There's the artwork there, and number 43. So let's see what this has to say. Essential meanings, it says intuition, listening to the oracle within, empathy, hypersensitivity. The oracle's message. Intuition is the faculty that allows you to enter into a dialogue with Source, the consciousness that you are a part of but cannot see with the naked eye. It's perplexing that people are taught to ignore this natural capacity to navigate their journeys, to access their inner guidance. Know that you have an ability to read between the lines and find all the truth that was missing when the story was told. This deep knowing allows you to open the door to wisdom far greater than what is available in the limitations of human experience. You're given information that may make no sense whatsoever to the logical mind or five senses, but which is 100% correct and true. The trick is to listen and then to act accordingly. You're now invited into the sacred dialogue of deep knowing, so tune in and trust your vibes. They will be right. Ask and you will receive answers from unusual sources. So yeah, as I was reading that message there, that makes me think of what we were talking about with the Lover's card, right? Where maybe you feel like this nudge, this intuitive nudge to reach out to this person, right? Or you just keep feeling like, why am I thinking about this person all of a sudden, right? So it could just be one of those dynamics there. The relationship message says there are occasions when you just know, deep in your heart and soul, that a person is going to play a meaningful role in your life. Someone crosses your path and suddenly, out of the blue, you're connected at a level impossible to describe. That feeling marks a moment in time etched indelibly onto your soul. Someone has entered your life who will be instrumental in your journey, so pay attention. Two hearts are calling to each other to begin an alchemical process. This is also a sign that your intuition about the person you care about is correct. Trust your heart to lead you now. Magic is about to happen. So yeah, another positive message there, and again seems to call back at least partially to what I was talking about with that Lover's card energy in the present. The prosperity message says this is a time when your hunches will pay large dividends. If you listen to them, take the risk and act. Within you there is an oracular consciousness, a higher and deeper knowing that transcends the machinations of the smaller thinking mind. At the deep level of your intuitive senses, you have an access point to the genius of the collective. The energies of all thinkers and creators, all inventors and leaders, and all that you need in order to leap into success are available to tune into. This is an act of listening intently. Past the busy mind, your genius awaits. So even that one, past your busy mind, the genius awaits, makes me think of, again, what we were saying. Given that for you guys, Gemini energy is 12th house energy. So to me, that's a behind the scenes type of energy. Hermit is also ruled by Mercury, like Gemini, and that's your house of communication. So it could just be finding a way to connect those things, the what's actually in your mind and the deeper parts of your mind and bring it out through communication and communicating with others and connecting in that way. All right, lastly, we have a Mudra. This is your Mudra here. It's the Surabhi Mudra. Keyword for is generosity. All right, and there's the info on it if you want to pause it or take a screenshot to read what it has to say. But under benefits, it says balances Vata Doshan, awakens Manipur chakra, treats cough and bowel disorders, improves memory, reduces inflammation, awakens empathy, gives insight into one's hidden gifts and talents, and increases devotion and spiritual radiance. So if that sounds like a mudra you think would be beneficial for you guys, I'll put the name in the description of the video as always. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.